Hey Chem Kids, Mr. C here, and today we're going to do our last lab of the quarter, and it's going to be the molar mass of butane lab. The first thing we have to do for this lab is we actually have to determine what the air pressure is, and I have this whole barometer here that's going to measure what the air pressure is for us, and I have it hooked up to my laptop. So I'm going to show you right now, and I want you to go ahead and record what the pressure of the air is in your data table in millimeters of mercury. So it's right there, so right around 641.8. So go ahead and record that where it says the pressure of the air in millimeters of mercury. Okay, the next thing we need to do is we need to know what the temperature of the air is around us. So to do that, I have a cool temperature probe here, and we're going to measure the temperature of the air, and we're going to measure the temperature of the water, because they're actually just a little bit off in this case. So if we look here, right now I'm just measuring the temperature of the air. So you can go ahead and record that as the temperature of the air in Celsius in your data table. Now though, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to measure the temperature of the water. And if we do this, the temperature of the water is equal to 22.1 degrees Celsius. So make sure to go ahead and, or 22 degrees Celsius. Make sure you go and record that in your data table as well, or jot it off to the side, or add a little row at the bottom, because we will need to know what the temperature of the water is in order to determine what the vapor pressure of the water is. So go ahead and record 22.0 for that temperature there. Now we're going to go ahead and measure the mass of the dry lighter. So you're going to want to record this value under the initial mass of the lighter. Now we're going to start the actual collection of the butane gas. And the way that I'm doing this is I'm actually going to hold the lighter down and release some of the butane gas underneath the eudiometer. And I'm just going to watch, and I'm going to wait for it to hit right around between 57 and 58 milliliters. So once we get about 57 to 58 milliliters, I'm actually going to stop and look and see how much gas I actually have. We just keep on filling. It's important that we remember to make sure that we get all of the bubbles underneath the eudiometer, because we don't want any just going up into the atmosphere. So we want to make sure that they all go in. And you actually can see now how the water level is lowering, and we're filling up that eudiometer with butane gas from the lighter. So right now I reached right around 57 to 58 milliliters. And what I'm actually going to do next is I'm going to adjust the eudiometer so that the water level inside is equal to the water level of the beaker. And what this does is it actually allows it so that the pressure inside of the eudiometer is the exact same as the pressure outside. And that's going to help us whenever we need to calculate the pressure of butane in our system. I'm adjusting the eudiometer now to get that water level to match up. And once I get the water level to match up, that's when I'm going to take my volume measurement. So I'm going to look there, and you can't really see it, and you couldn't quite see it on the camera, but the volume measurement is 48.40 milliliters. So go ahead and record that under the volume of butane gas. So 48.4 milliliters. Last thing I have to do is I have to record the final mass of my lighter. So I'm going to put my lighter on the scale here and record the final mass of the lighter as 65.56 kilograms. So make sure you record that under the final mass of the lighter. Now you have everything that you need to know in order to successfully complete your last lab of chemistry for this semester. So go ahead and follow the instructions at the bottom of the lab report for the calculations and figure out what the molar mass of butane is, and then compute a percent error with that with the actual mass, molar mass of butane, which you can find using your periodic table. And at the very end, make sure you do a little conclusion just about what could have gone wrong. Why is our molar mass of butane off, and what could we have maybe done to make things a little bit better in this experiment?